Hello everybody, welcome back to the Bad Bookers Wrestling Podcast. My name is Jack and today we have got a review for you of SmackDown Live. The crowd's better, we'll tell you that much, the crowd is better today. They're actually in New Orleans and not in that crappy place they were in yesterday. So that's a good start. We kicked off SmackDown Live with Shane McMahon coming out and, he's saying that he was so impressed with the 4 NXT talents from last night that he was going to come and invite them to tonight's SmackDown Live. Aleister Black, Ricochet, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, of course. He was quickly interrupted, though, by The Miz. And he said, he was the one that lost the match on Sunday, which lost them the SmackDown Tag Team titles. But he has to thank The Miz for making him proud. And he really wants that rematch against the Usos. And he says that he knows that the rematch clause is no longer a thing in WWE, but if there's a man that can make a rematch, it's Shane McMahon. And, he was quickly cut off then by the new tag team champions, the Usos. And they said, they'll have a rematch with Shane and Miz. All Shane has to do is, forgive the Miz for losing that match on Sunday. But they know that Shane doesn't want a rematch because Miz is a joke and Miz is just a loser, and it's probably it's Shane's best interest to find another tag team partner to face if they want any chance of facing and beating the Usos. Shane goes off on one and says that they shouldn't disrespect the Miz like that, and the rematch for the tag team championships is on, and it will be at Fastlane. Thought this was going to happen. It would be a perfect time for either Shane to turn on Miz or Miz to turn on Shane, one of them, and then they could have their match at WrestleMania. It's simple booking at times, isn't it? Aleister Black then came out, the first of the NXT talents, and he is going to have a match against none other than Andrade Cien Almas, or just Andrade nowadays. The match was a very decent match between the two. Both men got their offense in, their big offense. But just like last time these two fought in New Orleans, Black hit the Black Mass out of nowhere once again, kind of, and picked up the win over Andrade. Go watch the match. It was a pretty decent match. It was about 10, 15 minutes maybe. 15-minute match. So, yeah, it was a decent match. And then we went backstage and Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa were there watching the match, with the side angle like they usually do on WWE TV. And they come up I forgot her name. Not Charlie Caruso, the other one. I forgot her name. Comes up and asks them a few questions and whatnot. And then they get interrupted by the Bar. And the Bar say that, it's bring your NXT superstar to work day and whatnot. And Johnny Gargano, or Tommaso Ciampa says to them that, they're not here just to take part, they're here to take over, kind of thing. What Johnny Gargano said last night on Raw. And the Bar told them, just stay on Raw, stay on NXT even, but don't come to SmackDown because we'll destroy you at every opportunity. And Johnny Gargano came and said, they're not here to set the bar, they're here to break the bar. And the Bar just walk off laughing, and then we're going to get a match now against the Bar versus DIY. Really good match between the two teams. There was a point in the match where there was a nasty looking, I guess it's a botch. I guess it was a botch. Tommaso Ciampa doing a sunset flip, I think it was, onto Sheamus. But as he kind of powered Sheamus down, he didn't put his knee right, and Sheamus landed on Tommaso Ciampa's knee, and it kind of bent in such a really horrible way. Thankfully, he finished off the match, and Tommaso Ciampa picking up the pinfall over Cesaro with a lovely, tagged himself in, and he did a lovely slick-looking jump over the top rope into a roll-up on Cesaro, putting all his weight on Cesaro's legs so he couldn't kick out, and DIY pick up their second victory in 2 days against the former tag team champions, the Bar. Next up, we had Asuka coming to the ring for an in-ring interview, and they were talking about how people have been talking more about Ronda and about Becky and about Charlotte, and did Asuka feel kind of left in the shuffle kind of deal? and getting the raw end of the stick, if you will. And Asuka says that, you know, she's beaten Charlotte and Becky at TLC. She made Becky tap out at the Royal Rumble, and she doesn't want to talk about them. She just wants to know who is ready for Asuka. And then Mandy Rose comes out and says if anyone's ready for Asuka, it is her, after her performance at Elimination Chamber. And they have a match-up about a minute into the match, if that. Lacey Evans' music hits, and she does her catwalk thing, and yeah, she goes again. It's still weird. It's still weird. I don't know. I just don't know. The finish of the match was a very interesting one, to say the least. Mandy got kneed in the face by Asuka, and she was saying that, you know, her eye was hurting, or poor Mandy, her eye was hurting, but it was all a fake injury, and she threw Asuka into the middle rope throat first, and then picked up the win by rolling Asuka up. Mandy Rose pinned Asuka clean, in a way, I guess in a way. Throat first into the rope, it's kind of legal, like it's no DQ, so yeah, Mandy Rose picked up a win against the SmackDown Women's Champion Asuka. Strange. Okay. We then had a match between Ricochet and Eric Young. It was a decent match between the two. It's nice to see Sanity on TV again. It's been far too long since we've seen them, and I think it's just a one-time thing. I don't think we're going to see them again anytime soon, unfortunately. They're just not in favour at the moment, are they? And Ricochet picking up the win in this match with his 630 splash on Eric Young. We then had the main event of the evening, which was a 6-man tag between all the competitors from the WWE Championship Elimination Chamber on Sunday. It was Kofi Kingston, AJ Styles and Jeff Hardy versus Samoa Joe, Randy Orton and the WWE Champion Daniel Bryan. This match was really fast-paced. It was good, decent match. Each man looking strong, but there was, interestingly enough, there was only one finisher in the match. Usually in those six-man tag matches, everyone usually gets their finisher in, and there was only one this time, and that one finished the matchup as Kofi Kingston hits the Trouble in Paradise onto Daniel Bryan, the WWE Champion, to pick up the win for the face team. Shane McMahon then came out after the match and said that, yeah, me and The Miz aren't the only ones going to be competing at Fastlane, as Daniel Bryan will be competing to defend his WWE Championship against Kofi Kingston. So at Fastlane, we've now got Usos versus Miz and Shane for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, and Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston for the WWE Championship. Fastlane's looking like a decent show at the moment. Fastlane's usually one of those shows that is quite predictable, and it's very predictable at times, and can be quite boring, but Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan in a 1v1. I'm more than happy to see that. And that was SmackDown Live. A very good SmackDown Live, other than the Mandy Rose Asuka situation, which was still weird and still thinking what the hell happened there. This is a very good SmackDown Live. I'm going to give it a 4-star. Go on, I'll be nice. A 4-star. The crowds are hot, which was more important. If you did like that, please leave a like on the video. Please subscribe if you're new or you haven't done so already. And I shall see you again very soon. Thank you very much for watching.